Good morning, children. Children, in the previous session we have discussed about the production of sound, how the sound is produced, how it is traveling, and all these things. Now we are going to look at the sounds produced by human beings. Sounds produced by human beings. So let us look into this. When I am speaking, I am producing the sounds, I am making the vibration, a particular order of vibrations to speak or to produce a meaningful word or sentence. So in order to produce this, I need to stress certain letters, and certain letters will be produced freely. When we are doing this, okay, our body part here over the neck, if you touch this, you feel that vibrations. Exactly, all the vibrations can be felt. So here we are having the vocal cord. So in the textbook we have the larynx, the diagram of the larynx, anatomy of larynx is there. So please look into the anatomy of larynx. So you are having the orthopharynx and then epiglottis and a larynx, laryngopharynx, and then here the vibrating membrane will be there, which is called as vocal cords. So these vocal cords consists of a closed membrane, very close membrane will be there. Okay, so if this is your vocal cord membrane, so this membrane is closed like this, and this membrane, when you are producing a sound, so this membrane will be opened over here, and this membrane will be opened over like this, so that okay, this opened membrane will be producing the sound coming, the sounds which are coming out will be due to the vibration of this membrane, and this membrane vibrates. So the sound, a particular sound will be produced depending upon the width of membrane opening, a particular sound is produced. And in order to say, you might be observing some of the musicians, some of the mimicry artists, that they are capable of producing different sounds of the other people. They speak like other people. Okay, and you might have seen the Bismillah Khan, who is a Sehnai player, very good Sehnai player. He is able to produce a very good frequency of sounds by using the Shahnai. He is one of the he has astonishing mastery over the playing Shahnai. And similarly, Chitti Babu, Veena Chitti Babu is very famous person who is capable of giving the great Veena artist, able to produce so many different musics using Veena. And coming to the next, there is a mimicry artists like Gautam Srinivas and Narela Venumadhav. They are good at mimicry. They are able to do it. Okay, so this mimicry is so many different ways they are capable. So Venumadhav is very good at mimicry. Coming to the Gautam Srinivas, he is a good um, you call it as ventriloquism. So he is capable of doing this ventriloquism, and he has played a very good music over it. And coming to the propagation of sound, sound needs a medium to travel. In order to prove that sound needs a medium to travel, sound needs a medium to travel. So, how do you prove this? That sound needs a medium to travel. Take the small cell phone or the small speaker that is able to produce certain sound and put it in a glass and keep the mouth of the glass closing very close to your mouth, and then ask your friend to give a ring so that your cell phone which is placed in the glass will be producing the sound, and slowly suck the air which is present in the glass. So suck the air in such a way that if you remove your hand, if you are not holding the glass also, it must stuck to your mouth. Then is the sound, ringing sound of the cell phone inside is audible to the people who are not close to you. Automatically the sounds gets feeble, and finally they could not hear any sounds from you. That means the cell phone which is kept over there. So this indicates that it needs a medium to travel. It also requires a medium to travel. Observing the propagation of the sound. You might have played with the telephone play. Just like the small children will be playing with two matchboxes. Matchboxes are open the matchbox, open the box, and then tie the box which contains the all matchsticks to a string, and that string is extended, the other end is placed some far away from this location, and the children will be making sounds from the one box is able to hear by the person who is very far from him, that is from the other end of the string. He is able to listen to these sounds, keeping that box very close to your ear. This understands that the sound waves travel through the string which is connected from the first box to the second box, and you will be able to hear. Similarly, if you hear the sounds that are produced here on tapping the table, so that sound, instead of traveling from air and reaching us, the sounds will be exerted with a high intensity, will be audible when your ear is in contact with the table. That means every object, every material, every physical quantity is capable of carrying the sound. That it needs a medium to travel. So everything acts as a medium. You have the string in the case of the matchboxes, table surface in the case of the tapping of the sound on the table, and even other ways. Okay, coming to the next, propagation of sound through liquids. So you might be hearing the sounds produced in the water. So you can move something in the water, and if you are just a little bit away from the water and you are truly observing it, you will be getting the sounds very clearly. That makes it understand that the sounds are capable of traveling through air, water, as well as from the solids. So that means gases, liquids, and solids. Sound travels through all the states of matter. Sound travels through all the states of matter. What are all the states of matter? Solids, liquids, and gases. So all these three. So the sound travels through the solids very fast and moderate in the liquids, and it is very slow in case of the gases. So sounds travel through the gases very slowly. Coming to the next session of this is, okay, draw the diagram for the eardrum. Structure of eardrum. Structure of eardrum. Draw the diagram and label the parts of it in your classwork, and that is one of the important one. Here the eardrum consists of the outer layer, and you are having the cochlear, and then you have the internal parts of it, which is a thin membrane. For every sound that is produced that reaches our ear will be carried through the muscular bones which are present here, are capable of multiplying all these sounds and enters into your ear through the narrow hole which is available, and this touches the tympanum of your ear, and this tympanum will converts these sound signals into electromagnetic waves, and that will be carried to your brain to understand. Okay, these signals are decoded and understood by us. So all this is with the sound. So coming to the next part, we will be discussing more about the sound and some of the physical properties of the sound. Thank you.